Your soul knew that this person would return. You always saw on a soul level, intuitively with your higher self, that this person would be back. You knew they'd be back. You knew they'd be back. And it wasn't your ego, like, you know, being codependent or, you know, I want them back. Like, you fully, like, who this is for who this is for, you surrendered this up completely. Basically, like, you started living your life like this person's never coming back because you had to. You had to surrender. And you also knew with the higher self, like, you also knew that that was the only way. It's like you surrendered it up, and simultaneously you knew that was also the only way that union could happen for you. Okay? So I'm getting like, this is like a mixed bag of nuts. Okay, so there was like a lot of like little pieces in this message today that are really important. You know, but I don't know, maybe someone's snacking on, you know, some almonds or a mixed bag of nuts. I don't know. You know, I'm kind of getting like feeling nuts, like, you know, feeling like nuts, like I'm like moments of insanity, like where you question your sanity or you've questioned your sanity. But I'm telling you in this message, that's the download. That's the message for you guys right now, like for who this collective is. This is a situation that you walked away from. This person didn't walk away from you. You walked away from them because you had to. You had to. I'm trying to figure out which deck I want to start with, or like which, let's get the archetype. So this is the wild unknown archetype energy. But yeah, so like you walked away, but you always felt like this person would be back. Your higher self always knew that they would be back. You saw visions and prophecy. It was prophetic. You saw the future timelines. You felt, you experienced the future timelines with this person. Okay? I also have some other messages here, but I'll just share with you guys, but I'm going to probably do a reading about this too. But it's very strong, a masculine, like thinking to themselves, they don't know how to be with someone like you. Like their go-to actions and their go-to behaviors and their go-to tactics, like their go-to ways, don't work on you. And then I heard a masculine thinking to himself, like, she doesn't need me. She doesn't need anyone. It's an honor and a privilege to be in her life because she doesn't need someone. She's not that woman who's out there trying to, you know, get her claws into some guy that has a good 401k and benefits and makes good money and can take care of them. The feminine who I'm channeling for today is not that whatsoever, and this masculine knows that. So anyway, but the download, like the message for this reading is like your higher self always knew that they would be back. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the archetype energy message around this connection right now. So let's go ahead and get the 3D. Let's go ahead and get the overall, as above, so below. I need a new desk because I love this little white desk. It has been a wonderful desk the last couple years or several years. But like every time I have nail polish on, like my nail polish, it comes off on the desk. So I'm like, yeah. All right. So I'm tuning in, spirit guides and angels of the highest white light, and decree. Come be with us now. Guide this message for the highest good of my beautiful soul familia and for all. Okay. I will tell you that this person there's a lot of sexually charged energy that's coming from this person towards you or towards the feminine. Because you might, I don't know who I'm talking to, mostly feminines tuning in. Because that's like predominantly like, you know, I channel like for these divine counterpart connections and stuff, like the collective messages, I'm channeling the DM, you know, like tuning in to see what's going on with them, because they're the ones who've been asleep and in the loops of karma, and, you know, while feminine is ascending, you know what I mean? So mostly it's feminines tuning in. I think I forgot my intro. So if you guys are new here, by the way, yeah, because I just started, like, I opened with the download. If you're new here, I'm Erica, psychic medium and a high priestess. And those of you guys returning, welcome back, my loves. Okay. Oh my gosh, look. The kiss. Followed by the underworld and the venom. Poison. Underworld is like the death card. You know, Plutonian underworld energy. I'm hearing you have to suck out the poison. So the poison would be like, what I'm seeing is, you know, obviously whatever's poisonous in their life, there's a lot of enlightenment for this masculine around the queen of his heart and soul. There's a lot of clarity moments where there's been darkness, where they couldn't see. With the venom card, it's toxicity for me, poisonous energy, poison, toxicity. It's like, to get to the queen. So I feel like this is the past between you guys. This is showing that you guys have been, you know, you've connected in the physical. You've had some type of reunion in the past. A soul reunion. Okay, this message is very deep. The soul energy is very deep and very old, very ancient. You know, and for some, it's going to be a twin flame. This does feel very twin flamey, but it's just the twin souls are not going to be the majority, you know? But I don't know, I do have a lot of twin souls who are guided here. Even like they're just barely learning that they're on a twin flame journey or something, you know? But you guys touched, you held hands. There was activations between you through the touch and through the imprints, through your fingerprints, your handprints. It's sacred divine codes of union activation, heart activation, crown chakra activation. When you guys were together, when you guys touched, it was game over because the activation was so strong. Okay. So anyway, so you knew, you felt, that's why, because there's always been this connection here, right? You don't need the physical realm. You don't, you see through the illusion and you know better. You don't care what's going on in the 3D with this person. You always saw them at their true higher self level, and you always saw this connection, this soul dynamic as its truest, highest form too. That's why you knew, and that's why you chose, like, because of this activate, you chose, like, I need to walk away. I need to walk away, because you saw from a higher perspective when it came to this connection. Again, this is how you'll know it's for you. I just saw 1, 2, 3. The venom. I'm hearing like, you'll be the death of me. That girl is poison. You know? Okay. The queen. The beautiful, graceful queen. The almighty, powerful queen. You know, it's like kryptonite for this masculine. The storm. They're coming in. There's a storm brewing. There's a storm brewing within this masculine. And I think outside of this masculine too, as within, so without. Like, I feel like this masculine has had internal battles and unhappiness and depression and struggles and, you know, conflict and all these things. And I think it's, I don't think I know for who this is for. I know that's what this is. They've been battling everything internally for so long that it's manifested. So they've been, they've manifested their reality. So whatever's going on in the 3D reality, it's a direct reflection to their inner reality. Okay? Are we understanding here? Are we understanding? Okay. So let's go ahead and clarify this. I'm going to use Intuit Oracle. Okay, Intuit. Their decks are incredible. They have different ones. They have tarot, they have angels, they have twin flame ones, but they're incredible. Like if you're like learning the tarot, or you're just like learning how to read and like work with the cards and the energy and stuff, they're awesome because, you know, look at, see, they have like the meanings and different meanings. There's something very profound, because remember I said something about like the sexual energy, the physical connection between you guys. Like you're the best sex this person has ever had, and vice versa. You guys were in sexual union together for a lot of you guys. And I want to be very, 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 very clear. This is not someone that you were in a full-blown relationship with. Like you weren't together for a year, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20. Again, this is one of those connections that I pick up on and tune into, where it was like, it kind of got off the ground a little bit, but it just hovered, and then it stopped, it ended, it never took off. There was never like true growth in that way, as far as like how long and the timing. This person is mind blown by you. They're mind blown. They're mind blown. And there's something about the sexual connection, the sex. This person it's next level. Like, it was mind blowing. There's something about the way you touched them and the feel of your touch. Like, just you touching them, it was full body chills and activations. It's like nothing either of you guys have experienced before. Now, for some of you guys, you know, maybe you haven't like had sexual union in that way, you know, but for who this is for, you have been like, there was some kind of physical, you know, we connected in the 3D for a short time, and then that was it. It was over. It didn't have the chance to become anything more than that. Like, but this person is, it's like all they can think about in a way, you know, like there's this, it's not like a toxic obsession. It's just like an overpowering, overwhelming, like, I want to feel them again. It felt so amazing to be in, you know, physical union and to hold their hand, and everything just fit perfectly, and their hand fit perfect in mine, and you know, they were the perfect height for me, and their body felt like a puzzle piece to my body, and you know, like everything. I loved the way they smelled, and their skin smells, and you know, the way they wear their hair and do their makeup or don't wear makeup and go all natural, or you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. It's all physical things though, because they're manifesting something physical here. This is a rebirth. This is transformation of the poison. So it's, for me, it's alchemy. It's the death of something poisonous. What the poisonous thing is, I don't know. It's going to be different for every masculine, but this masculine is like saying, you know, like basically like they really, there's a deep level of admiration for you. Admiration, respect. Like this person looks at you, like let's say they're a businessman, okay? Let's say they're a businessman and, you know, they work with other men or leaders, or maybe they, you know, own their own, like, you know, company or firm or things like that is kind of what I'm getting, you know? And so this person is impressed. That's the word. They are extremely impressed by you. They've never seen anyone like you. And to them, you're like this epitome of strength, of divine strength, of goddess, you know, God's strength. That's what I mean by like mind blown. And there's physical like magic, and I'm hearing you make them laugh. Like they love your personality. You guys had fun together. It was very like easy, organic. And it's not because I can hear, this feels like a karmic energy. Maybe this is a karmic who's tuning in. Maybe they're suspicious about their, you know, their person, you know, or I don't know, but I'm getting like, immediately I heard someone go, yeah, well, that's easy when, you know, basically like it's always lovey-dovey, good, you know, rainbows and butterflies when you meet someone new. It's always like that in the beginning. And since this never took off into a relationship, you know, of course it's that good. That's what I'm getting. It's a very like hateful kind of like jealous energy. So it's probably like, I don't know, like what I'm getting is a divine feminine who, you know, has a divine masculine that they connect, you know, they have been connected to. And maybe this masculine has a karmic. And the karmic maybe watches readings, and maybe it's a karmic here who's reading. Okay, so if you are karmic and you're here and that's the case, you know, I'm not saying it to be like mean or in a mean way, because we've all been karmic. I have to differentiate, you know, you're very welcome here. And, you know, this might be a confirmation for you of, you know, what you're feeling and picking up on, and maybe you've asked this person about, but you've confronted them maybe, and maybe they deny it, but you know they're lying. Okay, so let's get back to the message, because I don't know, but that's funny, because that's, if you guys, you know, if you've been with me, you know, like I don't ever channel, like I don't, like that just happened, like that's never happened before. So there is a lot of like pretty, and you know, there's enough karmic energy like showing up to watch this reading that I picked up on it. Okay, so anyways, so let's go ahead and get the kiss. Wow, the winter. You guys may have first met each other, or yeah, like there's something about the winter, like, you know, I'm clarifying this. Our first kiss was in winter. We first met in the winter. You know, the winter time is where our memories of us together are. Or maybe it's someone's birthday season, or, you know, Scorpio, Saggy, Cappy, Aquarius, whatever it is, you know. But for me, I mean, this could also be maybe in winter is when you detached from each other, or this person maybe started pulling away or detaching in winter months, like they started getting breadcrumby. Hibernation, this person, you guys have both been in like a hermit hibernation mode. Going within, silence, rest. There's something about the holidays and Christmas, like I don't know. It feels like a special time of year for your connection. Celebration, think it over, the end. No, and it says no, let it be. So think it over. That's what's happening here is like, first of all, someone can't stop thinking about like, it's the attraction and the magnetization that this masculine is feeling it is insanity. It is overpowering them. But it just feels like they've been really afraid of that kind of intensity with you. But it feels now going through the underworld, you know, and sucking out the poison of programs, fear, trauma, you know, whatever it is. It's like they want to get to the queen. There could be something about the holidays, like right now too. You know, like we're in the spring and next weekend is Labor Day or Memorial Day. You might hear from this person for Memorial Day, like, you know, if you're like Memorial Day here in the States, here in the US. But even if you're in, you know, I don't know, Australia, you might hear from this person next weekend. You know, a week from now, a week from today. I'm getting all that. Tell me about the underworld. So anyways, you guys, chat with me in the comments, please. Like, let me know, like, how is this resonating? You know, like, have I said things that like hit like right on the money? Even just showing some love, like with a little heart, and thank you for the likes. Thank you for, you know, tying your energy in here, you know, and also like just paying it forward, good karma, good jujus, by helping this channel algorithm, you know, grow, and helping me, and, you know, it's light workers helping light workers, and all that does is create more Wheel of Fortune energy for all, right? So, but thank you so much. And, you have number 33, master number 33. You know, someone can be 33, but what I'm getting with the 3-3, because that's connected to the ascended masters too, number 8. I feel like for some of these masculines who I'm channeling for today, they have a strong soul connection in their, like, it's in their Akashic records that this person is very connected to Yeshua, the Yeshua bloodline, and maybe have had past lives with Yeshua or incarnations, as well as Melchizedek. So I'm clarifying the underworld. Basically, this is a really beautifully powerful masculine. Like this masculine is a leader. They are a leader. This masculine is saying, like, basically, like, okay, they lost themselves there for a while, and that's fine, because that's what happens when we go through the underworld and the voids, and, you know, so they've been going through the underworld. I lost myself in the underworld for a while, but the thought of this is what kept me going, you know, because remember, the download is you always knew. Okay, so all of this is confirming the scenario, the situation, like, So you can gauge like, oh yeah, this is my person. Okay, there's a solution coming. The key unlocks. You unlocked. You're the key to their heart. You're the key to, they look at you like the key to their happiness. You know what I mean? And we should never be, you know, but I'm saying that because, you know, it's like a thing people say, but we should never be tying our idea and ideals of happiness to a certain person or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be happy when, like, attaching outcomes and expectation to it. So it's like this person is kind of doing that, but they don't realize they're doing that, you know? And what they're doing is, it's just because they really just want to, it's like, I'm tired of being closed off and shut down all the time. I'm tired of, like, you know, being in a defensive mode or something. But like with you unlocked something within me. You know, your touch, your kiss, your, you know, making love, and like your laugh, and the way you speak, and your words, and your scent, and everything about you. It unlocked and activated something within me. For some of you guys, literally, like by this winter, you could be like getting married to this person. I'm getting all that. Celebration, you know, holidays, celebration. We've got Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's. I'm just getting that. I know it's specific, but I don't know. If that part is for you in this moment, you'll resonate. Like, oh yeah, I've been feeling that, or I've been getting like hits about that. So it's stuff like, I don't know. I don't know. It's moving fast. Pay attention. Clarity. Remember I said clarity, clarity, clarity. This is like huge clarity. Genius. Break out. This person looks at you like a genius. Like basically like, meaning you're very intelligent. Again, great admiration and respect. Like going back to like them being a businessman or whatever, this is someone who might run their own company and they have maybe other men, CEO, CFO, you know, COO, whatever, right? Maybe they have a woman as an assistant or a secretary, but, you know, no position of power, you know? And it's not because they're a sexist or they're this or that or whatever. It's just because that's how the cookie crumbled. Do you know what I mean? But with you, they look at you, they look at this feminine, this masculine, looks at the femme and goes, she's more intelligent, she's stronger, she's witty and quick, you know, extreme, this, that. It's like viewing you and going, she's stronger than any man I know, and more capable of any man I know, and more of a, you know, a hard worker and hustler than any man I know. And there's all these things that, you know what I mean, kind of play into that. So, but also at the same time, because that's what I mean, you are the bee's knees, hunty. You are the entire package, because, you know, you've got the package, okay, the physical packaging goods, extreme, I'm hearing extreme beauty. There's something about your eyes. Eyes are the windows to the soul. The eyes absolutely unlock something. There's something about the eyes. Like this person maybe said that to you at one point when you guys were still dating, or, you know, where you had your little, like, you know, month, 3 months. Who this is for, you are not with this person more than maybe 4 or 5 months, if that. And that's like 4 or 5 months is even, you know, like 5 months is kind of stretching it. But I'm telling you, it never took off. Show me the venom. This feels like, again, it's poison. So I'm also receiving that this masculine felt they were trying to protect you. They didn't want to poison the queen. They didn't want to poison you. They didn't want to poison you with all of their darkness, with all of their darkness, with the underworld. This is, I feel like I'm talking, I feel like both of you guys, like if the physical union comes in between the two of you guys, You guys have a really beautiful soul purpose together here. Like, you have your own individual stuff going on. You're both successful. You're both, you know, you could be independent, you know, like this queen doesn't need, remember I said, I wrote down that the masculine, I could hear the masculine thinking to themselves, like, she doesn't need me. Like, I don't know how to be with someone like her. You know, it's like if you think of like the royal court or like royalty, you know, like if you're someone who is a villager or a peasant or a farmer or whatever, and you get an invite, let's say, to the castle, to the king, you know, to the castle of your kingdom, to stand before or to dine at a banquet with the king and the queen, you're not going to know how to act. You can just obviously be yourself. That's always best. But we know that with royalty and the royal court and all that, that there's always expectation and rules and, you know, a certain way you do things and no elbows on the table and, you know, back straight up and good posture and napkin on the lap and like all these things, right? There's an order of the forks and the spoons and the working your way out inwards. Like, you wouldn't know how to act, and that's what I mean. It feels like, you know, or let's say you're, you know, you're someone who's just like a normal person, but, you know, you find yourself one day, you know, around a bunch of billionaires on someone's yacht, and you're like, I don't know how to be around these people, or I don't know how to, you know, because it feels so far out of like your bubble and who you are and your comfort zone. So that's essentially the same thing. And maybe, actually not maybe, but what I'm actually receiving right now is that for some of you guys, what I just said about like the royalty and the, you know, all of that stuff, for some of you guys, that is actually a part of your Akashic records and soul, you know, and past incarnations with this person, with this soul. Maybe you were a queen. And maybe they were a knight or a general in your royal army or a cook in the kitchen or, you know, someone who, you know, operated the horse stables, a stable guy. I don't know. But I'm literally getting that. So that could be like a deeper core wound that some of these masculines towards the feminine embody and have, but they don't even know why, or that's how deep it is. It's past life. That's like so crazy powerful. Let's pull on that real fast, because that's a trigger wound and that's deep. So basically it's, again, and that's a wound where it's like, she's a queen, she's a goddess, she's, you know, she's a princess, her family is like the richest in all the lands, her parents are lords and ladies, and they have a, you know, royal court, and I shovel pig shit for a living, or I'm a smith where I make swords for the royal family, but I could never afford one or have one. It's like that. So that is wounds of unworthiness. That's wounds of unworthiness. And we know the masculine energy and the masculines, that they already struggle with a lot of that kind of stuff, right? Like, for various, obviously different reasons for everyone, but that's really powerful download that just showed up, or a message that just came up. You guys are evening out in status. Like, that's what I mean, or that's what I'm hearing is like, so, and again, that's also why this person on a soul level, they've always, like, they see you as this queen, as this empress, as this goddess. You know? We have the full moon. It's feminine energy, very Venus energy, feminine energy. We've got the white lotus with this beautiful golden pearl within it. your sexual, okay, so whoever the feminine is, feminine's frequency is so intense right now and so high vibrational. It's got a stronghold on this masculine, and it doesn't matter if they are on the other side of the world. It's a feeling as if you guys are in the same room together or lying right next to each other. It's strong. Tell me about, I would say tell me about the queen and like these wounds. So anyway, so the point of all this is that this masculine, I can see it very clearly. This is what they're seeing and having a, you know, enlightenment about is they're not a victim. They can change their lives. They're seeing how they want to change their lives. They're, you know, sucking out the poison. Right as I say sucking out the poison, we get the anchor. Card number 30. So we have 35, 22, 9. Also 30. This person's heart is activating massively right now, and it has been. This person wants to open up and talk to you about certain things. They've been thinking a lot about these certain things that they want to talk to you about. The lily, it's just like it's like your patience. This is a card of like patience and experience and things developing or development, sexuality. The sexual energy between the two of you guys is intense, especially what this masculine is feeling towards the feminine. The anchor, the crow. It's, first of all, the past, memories, nostalgia, like all that stuff. To this masculine, it's like it anchors and grounds them and their energy in their life. So like when they think about the feminine, it literally makes them feel, again, it's like medicine. Like you are literally food for the soul in that way. Like everything about you, your kiss, your touch, the gaze in your eyes, the, you know, looking into your eyes, your voice, the voice activations, the sounds of your voice, everything is healing and activating for this masculine. But it's like everything about you is beyond next level. Like this person is not just beautiful, they are stunningly gorgeous. The most gorgeous person I've ever seen in my life. You know, this woman is not just intelligent, she's extremely intelligent. She does this, like I love the way she talks. She's right? Or he, or whatever, you know. But the crow, okay, so you might be seeing a lot of blackbirds or crows. The crow, though, it's master number 22, 1111. So we have 333, and then the master number 22, observant. It's just like, I'm watching you. This person is, you know, they keep tabs, they watch. Memories and remembering. Observant, like I'm watching and observing you while at the same time, like I'm thinking about, like, you know, these memories and the past and, you know, moments we shared and, like, you know, all of that. A new event or happening. Okay, so look at that. See, and then you have the geese. There's your soulmate or twin flame energy. This is also about like a journey. It's cyclical. Relocation. Someone could be moving or relocating. Migration. Know where you're going. You got to know where you're going. You got to know where you're going. This masculine just didn't know where they were going to go, but you know, they always felt that they needed to go towards you. And that's what you, going back to the download as we wrap up this message, I'm going to get some message cards, but going back to you, feminine, like you have such a profound empathy and intuition and psychic ability. And so, but you always from the very beginning, you knew from the higher self, you saw from the higher self that this person, when you walked away, because you walked away, this person's free will choices, it's cyclical. It's saying that it's gonna like loop back around. It's looping around. It's supposed to loop back around, or that's what they're gonna do. But honestly, right now, for this collective message, for this collective of masculines and feminines, I feel like that's what this person is doing, is like they've been out to sea. They've kind of like, you know, they've been out to sea in the underworld. They dropped their anchor somewhere in the underworld. However long ago. Like I said, for a lot of you guys, it's like with a current, they got themselves into a relationship, or they went back into a partnership with an ex, or they, you know, just decided like, I'm just going to stick it out in my marriage, or, you know, whatever the case is. Okay. But that is not the case anymore. That is not the case anymore. So let's go ahead and clarify the anchor, the crossroads. Show me the roads and the anchor and the geese. Temperance. Look at temperance is balance and healing. It's divine timing. Within 14 to 30 days. So within the next few weeks. I just saw 4144, 144, 144. Optimistic, adventuresome. Yeah, this person is like, it's like, that's it. I'm pulling up my anchor. I'm sailing out to sea. I'm gonna, you know, I've been anchored at the dock. You know, I've had my boat at the dock. So I'm pulling up my anchor and I'm ready for adventure. I'm ready to, you know, to set sail. Tell me down below in the comments, have you guys been following that account on IG and Facebook and stuff? Sailing with Phoenix. I freaking love him. He like has completely stolen the hearts of America, but not like women. Like he's so just like humble and funny and sweet. He's like the perfect person to, it's like, he's like the story and the soul that like everyone needed right now. You know what I mean? Like every single day he posts, but go look him up if you guys don't know. Go follow him. Go follow his journey, because it just like basically truly began. But he should be arriving tomorrow, day 24. He's like 29 years old. He liquidated his 401k. He completely hated like the grind, the matrix, the false matrix, and the corporate world. And he got diagnosed with like a rare like spine condition where he has like a loose spine. So he can go literally like paralyzed like any second or at any moment, you know, or something can happen that will paralyze him. So anyway, so he decided, F this, I'm going to live my life, liquidated his 401k, bought himself a sailboat, got trained and learned how to sail and all the things for like the past year. And then 23 days ago today, he set sail from Oregon. His first thing was from Oregon, sailing across the Pacific to Hawaii, okay? So he's freaking incredible, you guys, like man or woman, like go follow him. Like I follow him, my mom follows him, my brother follows him. Like he's freaking awesome. And he's so just chill and inspirational. Why was I talking about that? Because and the best part is he's sailing, it's just him and by himself with his cat. And his cat's name is Phoenix. That's why it's Sailing with Phoenix. And his sailboat is also, he named his boat after his cat, Phoenix. His name's Oliver. So drop a comment down below if you are following Sailing with Phoenix, if you're following Oliver's journey. Like we tap our hearts and we send love. He's so incredible. I'm so happy for him. But anyways, that's what he's going to do for the rest of his life, is he's going to sail around the world. So he is doing the thing that basically most everybody wishes or thinks about, like that would be awesome. I just quit my job, you know, buy a boat or an RV, or, you know, just do this, you know, and to hell with the matrix and the freaking program life and all that, you know what I mean? So Good for him. But I feel that's the vibe. So the reason why I shared that in the first place is because it's freaking awesome, and I want everyone to know who he is and to go follow along. Because I just recently, you know, ran into him not that long ago too. So I was happy that I started following like right when his journey began. Anyways, because he's on a sailboat, because he's on the ocean, because he's a man, he's a masculine. But he's a masculine who's very handsome, and he's like a guy's guy. But at the same time, you could tell he's very connected to his inner feminine, which is beautiful, because that's the vibration of an awoken masculine. And I'm not saying Oliver is an awakened soul. He is on some level. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He, like today in his post, he's like, yeah, like I'm finally hitting Hawaii, and like people he's got like almost 2 million followers or something like that. Like he went viral, and everyone loves him all around the world, and people check in on him daily, and it's just like freaking awesome. But you know, his first stop is into Hawaii, and I think he said he's gonna stay there for like 6 months in, I think, Waikiki, or Oahu. I don't know, which is Oahu, but I don't know, I think Waikiki. So anyways, he's just incredible. You know what I mean? And just today, he's like, you know, he loves his cat. He adores his cat, you know, a total like cat dad. And he's not afraid or ashamed or embarrassed to give loves and do all the things, and who's my baby, you know? And at the same time, like, you know, he's, like I said, he's like sailing a friggin' by himself across the Pacific Ocean. Like that is some serious cojones, right? That is some serious balls to the wall type stuff. But he's humble, and he's sweet, and he's kind, and he cares a lot about animals and the ocean life. And because he was talking about like, and all of this is relevant, you guys, because of this message. Because the masculine I'm tuning into, they've been very closed off and hardened and disassociated and disconnected from their true heart and soul until they met you. And you always felt like this person needs to go deal with their karma. This person, you know, they need to go live their life and learn these lessons and heal, and, you know, and you basically were in a place where you just focused on you. And we're doing your thing too. But you always felt, see, the crow is like, the crows show up for the witches, for the seers, the seeresses, for the prophetesses. They're letting you know. And the geese, if you see geese. I live in the farmlands in Northern California, and this past week, the geese have been flying in, and they've been flying down into the field across from me, which they haven't done in that field ever before over the last couple of years since I've lived here. Just very specific things happening, right? You guys know. Look at that. Bottom of the deck is the fireworks. Again, I think this, yeah, holiday. There's something about the holiday. Holiday. The next holiday here in the United States is Memorial Day, which is next weekend. And this card of divine timing, temperance, the angels are saying within 14 to 30 days. Passion. I said, okay, so we're ending with everything I said. Passion, chemistry, lust, happiness, excitement, holiday, celebration, kissing, the kiss. Look at that. Like, you can't make this up. The kissing. And this is like the overall archetypal energy of your connection. Explosive. Like something just boom, boom. Hot sex. Yeah, they're thinking about having sex. They're thinking about sexual union with you guys when you made love. Like, it was mind-blowing. You were the best they've ever had, because of this soul connection and what it is. It's elevated. And so everything about it and that you feel with each other and experience, it's super elevated. Sex is not just sex like you've had with everyone else. It's an elevated, energetic, like consciousness and energy flow happening between the two of you guys that is it's different. Okay. So there's something to celebrate here. Or that's like what Spirit is saying, okay? The horse is another spirit that's showing up a lot over the past like week or so. Why? Because it's, first of all, horsepower. It's being in our power. It's charging ahead. It's full speed ahead. Again, with sexual energy, breaking free, strong emotions, wild versus tame. So I feel that. I feel like these masculines have been trying to remain very tamed or calm, like cool, calm, and collected. But really what's going on is this inside of them, you know? They see you and boom, 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 boom. Boom, look at the sun. It's the feminine. The feminine is about to, I don't want to say it's about to, but basically, we'll just say this. Yes, okay? So it's a big fat yes. It says divine masculine, victory, happiness, warmth, all the things. Like you, feminine, always saw very clearly, okay, what this was on a higher level. It's like these are your higher selves in Hieros union. So again, like I said, who the feminines, who this is for, how you know, is you did not date or connect with this person in the physical for more than about 3 to 5 months. It's for most of you guys, it's been no contact. Or if there has been contact, I would say you only heard from this person maybe once or twice this year or in the last year. But for most of you guys, it's been no contact for over a year or more. Okay? That's the majority. So I'm telling you exactly how it is and who this is for. So you know what I mean? Like, you'll know. So you're not, you know, oh, you know, this person broke my heart and drug my heart through the mud and, you know, all the things and, you know, no, that's not this. I'm telling you exactly the scenarios of the energy. Okay. So anyways, loves, I love you guys. All of my, like, if you guys want to hone in on your own personal, like, you know, spiritual guidance, twin flame journey, soul connect, like divine counterpart stuff, like whatever it is, you can find all of my different services in the description box below, because you guys know me. Like I'm you know, I'm not just a tarot, like I'm a psychic more than anything. I'm a medium, I'm an oracle, I'm a healer, a priestess, you know. So I offer several different types of, I do shadow work healing sessions, I do intuitive energetic healings. I just did a beautiful heart chakra healing this morning with one of my regular clients. I work with her regularly doing energy work and stuff, and channeling and light language and all that. And this one was really beautiful. It was just because I've elevated, so my work is elevated on other levels too. It's beautiful. So anyways, it's in the description box. Psychic readings, I do past life Akashic record readings, etc., etc., etc. Also, mi amors, this coming up for the 6/6 portal. We're doing the 6/6 portal workshop, and this one is super special. They're all special, but this one is like the first time that we're ever actually going underwater. So this one is all about the sacred underwater temples of the mermaids of Atlantis. So we're going to the underwater, through the Atlantean Ocean, the Atlantic, okay, where Atlantis is per se. But we're actually going to the ocean. It's basically like Atlantis, that's like Atlantis, an Atlantean realm that's, you know, in a higher realm, okay? So it's not like we're going like, it's not like, I don't know. Anyways, it's Atlantis that's in a, you know, in a higher realm. So that's why. So we're going to be going to the beautiful, like crystal blue, turquoise waters of Atlantis, going down into these beautiful temples, connecting with the mermaids, connecting with the ocean life, the whales, the dolphins, the seahorses, the honus, the sea turtles, you know, all of the beautiful little, like, you know, angelfish and just everything, the sharks, and the mermaids. So we're going to be receiving healing and activations with the mermaids, etc. And then any other energies that want to come through. I'm also receiving like the water dragons. So we'll be working with like the mermaids, the water dragons, you know, all the things. So I'm really excited because like I've been waiting for a water-based like workshop where we work with the water and the codes of the water, because water is so powerful. Okay, like crazy powerful. So I've been waiting for that, but also the mermaids. I'm like so excited. So anyways, you guys, if you want to like purchase the ticket, it's on Zoom. We're going to be doing it on 6/7 at 11 a.m. So it's like, is it next weekend or the following weekend? I don't know, I can't remember. But anyways, June 7th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is on Zoom. Everyone will get a Zoom link. Everyone who purchases a ticket will also get the recording. So if you can't make the live, it's all good. You just tune in when you can, have some free time in, you know, and it's all done in the quantum. So, you know, time is, you know, it doesn't matter if you're on the live or not. It's the recording is just as powerful. In fact, a lot of the times the recording, you know, people prefer that instead of being on the live. You know, because you're a lot of people feel like they can relax more and they're more, you know, just with themselves and they don't gotta, you know what I mean? So anyways, mi amores, if you want to travel with us to the mermaid temples of Atlantis, in Poseidon's kingdom, and, you know, have that beautiful experience, and this one's going to be extremely like, purifying and cleansing with the water, and, yeah, there's just a lot. So there's that. I'm like, there's that. We have a lot of announcements right now because I'm in a rebirth, just like many of you. So there's a lot of rebirth. Let me be a divine mirror and reflection to you. You know what I mean? Like my shadow work healing session, I just recently added that because I was guided. That's another form of expansion and rebirth, a new kind of beginning in my work. I'm starting my second channel, probably, I don't know, in the next like week or two, but I need to get together with my graphic artist and, you know, have him, he's doing some graphics for the new channel, and then I will, yeah, and then we'll go live with it. And that channel is going to be all about the priestess path and the high, you know, being a high priestess, high priest, feminine, masculine, but it's for the path of the priestess. So I'm super excited. It's just going to take off. And then what else? Oh, and then of course in September, you guys, I'm doing my first ever spiritual retreat, and it is a Magdalene Codex retreat in southern France. I'm co-hosting with two beloved souls who are in divine, you know, High-Risk Gamos union together, Stellar and John, her beloved. He is a walk-in soul who came here and, you know, walked into another body because he came here to be, you know, the warrior, king, protector, you know, anchor, okay, to her, whatever. Anyways, you know, Stellar is, she's been doing this sacred work for over 25 years, you guys, like long before the codes were activated on Earth, long before anyone else was doing, you know, like the Magdalene pilgrimages in southern France and stuff like that. You're seeing a lot of, not that stuff matters, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm just saying she's, okay, you want to talk about like a real deal priestess, and, you know, she's just phenomenal, so beautiful. And it's such an honor and a privilege, truly, to work with both of them and to be co-hosting this beautiful retreat. We still, I believe, have 2 spaces available, maybe a 3. I don't know, because Stellar and John, they have people that have signed up, you know, that are their people, and then I'm sharing it with my people over here. So, but I think we do like have 2, I know for sure 2 spots, okay? So anyways, so those of you guys who have signed up already, you guys, I'm so excited for us. I can't wait to spend a whole week with you guys, the 20th through the 27th of September. It's going to be incredible. Incredible. So if you want to like hear more about this, about the retreat and all the things and how to book a spot and you know, all the things, okay, payment plans are available. You guys, Seller and John are, you know, they never want money to be an issue as to why someone can't, you know, follow a soul calling. So they're really great. Like I mean, people are doing like 6-month plans, 8-month plans, 1-year plans. So, you know, definitely like they hold that beautiful space and container for everyone to feel like welcome and safe and like, no, we'll help you. We'll make it happen. You know, that kind of a thing. So anyways, just watch the video. It's pinned in the comments below, and yeah. Okay guys, talking shop. I'm so sorry, but hey, like I said, it's beautiful. I'm thankful because it's the rebirth again, and I haven't felt or witnessed this kind of rebirth energy and expansive energy, expansion mansion. I haven't experienced this same feeling, and it's the same feeling. I talked about this in my live yesterday. Since I started Gypsy Cowgirl back in May 26th of 2021 is when I officially started my Gypsy Cowgirl channel. And so we're almost to our, just a few days away from our 4-year anniversary. I'm launching my 2nd channel. You know, so it'll go like, you know, hand in hand kind of with the anniversary of this channel. Why was I saying that though? Shit, I forgot. Anyways, it's time to follow the pursuit of our dreams. People are, like I spoke of, like, you know, Oliver and Sailing with Phoenix. Like, we are feeling like, screw it. I want to be happy. I want to do things that make me feel good and make me happy and all the things, right? So, okay, so these are messages from this masculine to the feminine. It hurt me so badly, meaning it hurt my ego. It wounded my ego. It bruised my ego. It hurt me so badly when you stood in your power. But at the same time, I was so impressed by you. Okay, you guys, thank you, Spirit, for always backing me up. So I specifically was channeling and saying that who this is for, you'll know, because this is for a feminine who walked away from a masculine. Because the masculine was being, you know, it's like it went from texting, talking on the phone constantly, video chat, Skype, you know, seeing each other all the time. And then, you know, then it started dwindling out, right? Slowly they start pulling away. So, you know, it goes from, you know, good morning text and all day long texting to, oh, they didn't text you good morning this morning, or they're only texted you a few times throughout the day today, whereas usually they're going boom, 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 boom all the time. You know, you immediately knew and felt that energetic shift, and you were enlightened enough, or, you know, to a point in your healing already where you were going, no. You know, I don't know who you think you are, but I am not going down that road with you. Okay. And I also spoke of how impressed this person is by the feminine, this masculine, and there you go. See? Wow. I have been with other people since you, and nothing compares to you. I have been with other people since you, and nobody can compare. Not even close. Sex. I told you it was a lot of, but it's not devil lusty, you know, I just want to like hit it and quit it. No. This is divine. Sex, beauty. Nothing can compare to your sex, your beauty, your sensuality, you know, the way you carry yourself, your essence, compassion, and chemistry. Okay, bottom of the deck. My situation is complicated. I know I am too attached to the 3D. So again, whatever, it's going to be different for everyone, but my situation is complicated. I've been super attached to the 3D, you know. Oh my God. You guys, and look, I said too that this person has like been constantly manifesting physical union with you, but they're manifesting like physical, because I said that they were like, I specifically said, this person's like, you fit perfectly in my arms, you know, when we held hands, it was perfect. Our lips locked perfectly. Our tongues moved together perfectly. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't want to be like, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And so look at that. You fit so perfectly in my arms. I miss holding you. Your body was like a missing puzzle piece to mine. Mic drop, bam. I literally flippin' said that. Thank you, Spirit, for always backing me up. Okay. This stuff never gets old. All I needed to do was tell you how I felt, and I froze up. I've never missed someone so much. I have been going through and gone through death of the ego. I feel more alive and ready to be vulnerable with you. Heck yeah. So I'm leaving it there, you guys. The messages go upside down now. So that's it. That's it. And I was not expecting this. Just like my reading yesterday or whatever, or the day before, I was not expecting it to be an hour and 5 minutes. But here we are. It is what it is. And if you made it to this point, then this reading is hands down, you know, for you. Because what the hell? You know, who else sits through an hour-long reading? No, I'm just kidding. No, but my readings are, if you are new here, like, usually my readings aren't this long, first of all. Like, not even close. But secondly, if it's an hour full of very detailed, very deep, you know what I mean? Like, substance, okay? These are not shallow, like, you know, these are incredible readings, right? Okay, so I just wanted to see what this upside down one was, okay? Real quick before we go, I have started noticing things like repeated numbers and songs just seem to hit different. I am connecting like you do. So yeah, enlightenment. I'm enlightened. I'm enlightened. Something about music and songs. Pay attention to what songs come on the radio or, you know, whatever it is. They're sending you music. They're speaking to you through song, through music, through, you know, whatever it is. If also you too, because they're asking maybe for signs or confirmations, and so Spirit will give them like a sign or confirmation or a song that confirms things, you know, about you. So I don't know. I love you guys. So have a beautiful day. Drop a comment down below. Let me know all the things. Again, bookings in the description box. The 6/6 portal workshop, the underwater sacred mermaid temples. That is, and with that workshop, or with this workshop, I'm only taking 40 people. So, you know, usually I have it like open, like, you know, but with this particular workshop, I'm only going to take 40 people. I don't know why, but I'm feeling called to do it. So for whatever reason, it feels like, you know, the mermaids and Spirit and our Atlantean family, they want this to be a smaller group, for whatever reasons. I don't know. Even if you just tune in afterwards and you watch the recording, still the same thing. You're still with us there in real time and you're a part of the group. So there's that, okay? So I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart and the depths of my soul for your loving support. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you guys and reading for you, okay? Until next time.